You've probably heard the phrase salt of the earth, and you probably recognize that whatever's being described that way can be proud to carry that label. Dependable, honest, straightforward, true blue, salt of the earth. It's a good thing, to be sure, and it well describes Grand Saline, Texas, from its historic salt-based beginnings to its present-day neighborliness and community pride. Grand Saline's one small East Texas town with big hopes and plans for the future. Occasionally referred to as the gateway to East Texas, Grand Saline is conveniently located 60 miles east of the Dallas Metroplex, 40 miles northwest of Tyler, and 60 miles west of Longview. U.S. Highway 80 and State Highways 110 and 17 make travel to and from Grand Saline a snap. Country living at its best, affordable acreage and homes, far enough from the crowds to breathe and close enough to the cities to enjoy all they offer. Like any East Texas location, Grand Saline boasts mild to moderate winters and moderate to intense summers. Average yearly rainfall of 47 inches supports a wide variety of luscious trees, such as pine, oak, elms, sweet gum, pecan, and crepe myrtles, along with native shrubs and wildflowers that love the sandy soil or red clay. If vegetable gardening is your passion, count on a bountiful crop because the soil around Grand Saline is some of the best. Not only does this soil yield crops, but also encourages wildlife to inhabit the area, which led to Grand Saline's designation by the Texas Department of Parks and Wildlife as a stop on the East Texas prairies and Piney Woods Wildlife Viewing Trail. Located on top of a massive salt dome that can produce enough table quality salt to last for 20,000 years, Grand Saline is rightly known as the salt capital of Texas. If not for this life-preserving resource and the mining it motivated, Grand Saline might never have been developed. Incorporated as a town on December 16, 1895, Grand Saline's history begins much earlier with Cherokee Indian settlements, no doubt located here because of the salt marshes. Though primitive in their methods, the Indians produced salt by evaporating the water they took off the salt marsh surface, which they named the Saline Prairie. The area was beginning to attract settlers, and in 1845, a man by the name of John Jordan formed a partnership with A.T. McGee to manufacture salt. The settlement became known as Jordan Saline. On December 17, 1845, John Jordan acquired the title and the land to construct the salt works, creating the first endeavor to manufacture and sell salt in the area. A town grew quickly around the facility, and in 1848, the town Jordan Saline was designated as the temporary county seat of Van Zandt, and remained so until 1850. Salt production, though continuing, changed owners a few times until Samuel Q. Richardson moved to Jordan Saline in 1859 and purchased 4,000 acres of prime land, including the Grand Saline or Salt Prairie. Salt manufacture continued through the Civil War, with improvements being made to the evaporation system. In 1872, the Texas and Pacific Railway, connecting Marshall to Dallas, passed a little north of the community and built a train depot where the stop was called Grand Saline, and the area quickly developed into a town. Because the train and its depot encouraged traffic north of Jordan Saline, that community slowly disappeared. The new town, built on land donated by Samuel Q. Richardson, grew along with the Richardson Salt Works. In 1875, Richardson became the first to dig into the salt dome with a 350-foot well, followed by Major Brian Parsons, who organized the Lone Star Salt Company in 1891, northwest of Richardson's operation. The year 1901 brought Fielder's Salt Company to the dome, followed in 1903 by Southern Salt Company. These three companies competed against Richardson Salt Works and each other until B.W. Carrington bought them by 1906. The Grand Saline Salt Works were now producing more than 1,000 barrels of salt per day. Devastating fires in 1917 and 1919 destroyed Richardson's plant, and in 1920, along with B.W. Carrington, the rights to the entire Grand Saline Salt Dome were sold to Morton Salt Company. The evolution of what Grand Saline knows as the salt mine was obviously a slow process. After Morton Salt gained all the land titles and their assets, the construction began on the only mine to ever be built in the Salt Dome. The shaft into the mine itself was completed in 1931. Although technology has changed some of the present-day mining technique, the fundamental operation is the same. Today's mine is estimated to be 750 feet deep and covers approximately 60 acres. In 1964, Morton Salt stopped the tours of the mine due to safety concerns and liabilities. And today, those of us above ground can only tour the mine via videotape. In 1997, a Philadelphia chemical company by the name of Rahm and Haas purchased out Morton but kept the beloved historic name for the salt production. Today, Grand Saline's Morton Salt Plant employs approximately 170 hourly employees and 45 salaried employees. The company continues its longtime legacy of positive corporate citizenship by contributing mightily to the community. Because of Grand Saline's historical association with and appreciation for salt, a group of citizens in 1975 launched the annual Salt Festival, held the second weekend in June. A parade and pageant kick off the festivities each year. Visitors and residents see a little piece of history come to life as 6 8-year-old girls dress up like the Morton Salt Girls as seen on the salt packages since 1914. At the pageant, the little girls show off their style, escorted by 6 handsome young boys. The pageant highlight comes with the selection of a beautiful young high school lady as Salt Queen. Throughout the 3-day Salt Festival, she reigns as official greeter and ambassador of goodwill to all who visit the town. People from near and far join in the fun by shopping or wandering through the many sidewalk shops, enjoying special food, games, arts and crafts, and especially snow cones to keep cool. Parents enjoy visiting with other parents while the children ride the train and other amusements. Friendly horseshoe tournaments and the Greased Big contest are guaranteed crowd pleasers. The best byproducts of the Salt Festival are the friendships and the spirit of community created from sharing a little old-fashioned fun with your neighbors. To complement the salt experience, Grand Saline has its very own Salt Palace, a unique structure made of salt, the only one of its kind in the entire world. The original Salt Palace was built in 1936 as a part of the Texas Centennial Celebration. However, because salt dissolves in water, the building eventually weathered away and was torn down. Today's Salt Palace, the 4th building of its kind, was built at 100 West Garland Avenue in the heart of Grand Saline. Weather protection improvements to the structure will hopefully extend the life of this remarkable building. The new and improved building doubles as a visitor center and the museum of the town's history and the salt mine. Entrance to the museum is completely free and open to residents and visitors alike. Exhibits include mining memorabilia and photographs, along with a videotape tour of the mine. The other photographs and donated personal articles tell the tale of Grand Saline life at the turn of the century. Another historic and intriguing attraction is the Depot Library and Civic Center. The city library is located in the former train depot built for the Texas and Pacific Railway. The original depot, built in 1873, served the railroad running from Dallas to Marshall. The current building was built in 1923 and today is furbished with antique furniture and more than 10,000 books. Next to the depot is a short line vintage railroad caboose with a historical plaque explaining the history of the short line railroad. This railroad connected to Grand Saline to the Alba coal mines and the Van oil fields. However, by 1962, both lines had been abandoned. Grand Saline proudly entered the 21st century with a population exceeding 3,000. Its citizens enjoy a healthy city government structured around the mayor-council form. Regular public meetings are frequently well attended. The city is also well equipped with 18 EMT trained firemen and 5 pumper trucks, 5 full-time policemen, ambulance service, and standard garbage service. Many successful small businesses call Grand Saline home. The medical industry, for example, has a strong presence. Grand Saline houses the only hospital for the county, equipped for x-ray, surgery, and overnight stays. This 26-bed, level 4 trauma center has a 24-hour emergency room and a glowing reputation. The 2003 fall edition of Money magazine listed Cosby Germany Hospital as one of the top hospitals in the nation for the treatment of pneumonia. In addition to a top-ranked hospital, there are 3 extended healthcare centers with a total of 272 beds, 5 clinics, 6 medical doctors, 1 doctor of osteopathy, 1 doctor of chiropractic, 2 dentists, 2 rehabilitation and therapy facilities, and a pharmacy with the best service you'll ever find. To help manage your finances, there are 3 banks downtown which all greet you with a warm smile each time you enter. For the dreaded tax season or general financial planning, Moreland's Tax Service offers highly qualified personal service. Once your money is taken care of, shop till you drop. Gifts, movies, home improvement, homes, auto parts, pre-owned vehicles, candy, and flowers. There's plenty to tempt the spendthrift in you. Need a new do or a tan? Take your pick. Feeling creative? Visit an arts and crafts store or put your creativity to use in refurbishing your living room using a local furniture store. In this age of technology, computers and the internet bring the world to you, even in Grand Saline. From cable or satellite internet to building your own system, you'll be up and running thanks to the Grand Saline Cyber Shop. This civic-minded business contributes to the community by developing and maintaining the official Grand Saline webpage. If it's a church home you're needing, the Grand Saline faith community is broad and diverse. At the end of the day, folks frequently choose one of the many in-town dining experiences. Surf or turf, Tex-Mex or Italian, speedy or blast from the past, breakfast to late-night snacking. Grand Saline's got a meal for you. Need a place to stay? There are several accommodations to choose from. Little Fanny's Guest House and Retreat, the Westward Ho Motel, or any of several bed and breakfast. If your needs extend outside the realm of Grand Saline, its opportune location makes satisfaction a breeze. 1 hour west to the Dallas Metroplex, 45 minutes southeast to Tyler, or 60 minutes directly east to Longview makes fulfillment of any possible need or want easy. A quick trip to Walmart requires even less effort. 17 miles east, you'll find the Mineola Walmart, or 12 miles south is the Canton Walmart, along with Canton First Monday Trades Days, one of the largest flea markets in the world. Once your errands are complete, leave the hustle and bustle behind as you make your way back to the gentle rhythm of life in Grand Saline, a great place to raise a family. This town is great in large measure thanks to the Grand Saline Independent School District, one of the town's shining assets. In Grand Saline, education is serious business. The elementary school creates a very warm and inviting learning environment where the children work hard and are rewarded generously for their efforts. Intermediate school provides a creative and stimulating transition from early education experiences to more mature themes and subject areas. The middle school prides itself on its well-structured academic and athletic programs, helping students mature physically and mentally. By the time students reach high school, they're well prepared to maximize their opportunities for excellence. Outstanding academic performance is exemplified by state UIL academic achievements and college credit coursework. From agriculture to computer science, theater to yearbook production, Grand Saline High School offers a rich array of choices. When it comes to sports, be they team-oriented or individual, Grand Saline's trophy cases are full and its expectations high. The school's award-winning band is another source of pride for the district. On the field or in the concert hall, the mighty Indian Band leaves audiences hungry for more. Friday night football games bring townspeople together and give the community a chance to reconnect with one another or to get to know newcomers. Grand Saline is a town that likes to bring people together, and there's ample opportunity for community involvement or service. Whether it's the Salt Festival, Harvest Pageant, Homecoming, or the Christmas Parade and tree lighting, people gather here frequently and the spirits are refreshed. Because community involvement is highly prized in Grand Saline, several clubs and organizations seek to serve others and improve life. Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, and Boy Scouts develop young people as leaders for the future. Local service clubs such as the Lions Club, the Friends of the Library, Hospital Auxiliary, and VFW Post number 6635 all try to better the community. Social-oriented clubs abound, such as the Fun After 55, garden clubs, study clubs, the Red Hat Ladies, and many others. There's something for everyone. One of the largest local organizations is the Grand Saline Youth Foundation, which organizes sports teams for the children of Grand Saline and neighboring communities. In the fall, there's Pee Wee football and cheerleading. January jumpstarts basketball, and May brings the much-anticipated T-ball, baseball, and softball games. For recreation, Grand Saline enjoys its city park, complete with baseball fields, basketball courts, and a city swimming pool where lots of childhood memories are made. Right next door are 4 tennis courts, complete with lights for all those late-night tennis enthusiasts. Clearly, Grand Saline takes great pride in its community and the community takes pride in its town. Recently, Grand Saline was declared a Texas Main Street city. The Main Street program is a program that helps cities with downtown revitalization through the context of historic preservation. Texas cities with historic commercial buildings making up their downtown are eligible. Because the Grand Saline City Council cares about the future, it has budgeted for the program over the past few years. Besides the one-page staff member, volunteers administer the program, serving on several vital committees: promotion, organization, design, or economic reconstructing. Main Street is part of the Heritage Tourism branch of the Texas Historical Commission. This community-wide effort is working relentlessly to restore a strong local business economy in downtown Grand Saline. Although Grand Saline, being a small town, cannot compete with large retail or industry, it can share its remarkable history with visitors and create a charming experience of shopping inside turn-of-the-century architecture. Because of its size, Grand Saline strives to offer the best in service and quality. As the Main Street program advances, the buildings of Grand Saline will begin to tell their story, such as the old Salt City Company building built in 1892 as the first downtown development, or the M&M Hotel, where it is rumored Bonnie and Clyde stayed several times. The last building was built in the 1920s, therefore making the entire downtown an historic adventure. The citizens of Grand Saline really love it here. That's why they join in and develop these programs and participated in these events. And others are catching the vision, starting businesses, relocating here, and building lives for themselves and their families. We hope you'll sample some of what Grand Saline has to offer, and we welcome you to join us. Come experience the close, lifelong relationships you'll make with neighbors and others in this fine community. Yep, salt of the earth. That about says it. It's the spice of life.